Help support the channel by buying the Terminator 2 Judgment Day 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray at the affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and you know what movie Fox has been kind of gestating on for a long time, and that many of us assume is never going to come out? Channing Tatum's GAMBIT. At this point, I think many of us out there are just of the belief that Fox is probably holding back on GAMBIT until some kind of deal can be made with either the producers of Deadpool to bring them together, whatever they're going to do for the next direction of X-Men, or if Marvel finally steps up, makes them an offer they can't refuse, and they merge the two universes together, which is what fans are asking for. But when Hey You Guys caught up with Channing Tatum and asked him about the process or the progress of the film thus far, this is what he had to say. We lit a fuse on the first one and just blew it completely out of the water. I think we got lucky. We got hit with some setbacks, and it was all for a good reason. We were trying to do something completely different. We were trying to do something that this genre of movie hasn't seen before. We kept running into the same problems. And then Deadpool and Logan came through and kicked the doors down. Now we're really getting to do some things we've always wanted to do with the script. We've just sort of started over. And that makes sense for a multitude of reasons. One, the original release date was set to be fall of 2017, if I recall correctly. I was at Comic-Con in Hall H in 2015 when they had the cast of Deadpool, they had the cast of X-Men Apocalypse, and then Channing Tatum came out on stage to introduce Stan Lee. That was a really cool freaking moment, and one that I will always treasure from being in Hall H. But that being said, there was never really much more of an update past then outside of Doug Liman walking away to jump over to DC to do Justice League Dark, of which case he has since left that project. At this point, it makes me feel like Doug Liman has left more projects than he started recently, but that's okay. When he gets around to something, he usually knocks it out of the park. Now, this leads me to believe that what's going to happen right now is that the producers, and probably Channing Tatum to some extent, are looking at the successes of Logan and of Deadpool and are trying to find a way to work it into the GAMBIT script. Can they tell a standalone R-rated GAMBIT film that would tie into the larger overall universe and be as well universally accepted as those two films? Well, this is where things are going to get a little bit crazy, simply because what worked for Logan and for Deadpool was the lack of producer oversight, the lack of micromanaging. Deadpool, for all intents and purposes, as we already know, should not exist. It's been just over 3 years since that test footage leaked, and I believe we, as just comic book movie fans and movie-going fans in general, are better off as a result. Logan was a direct response to Deadpool in terms of James Mangold being allowed to make the movie he wants to make, and the powers that be at Fox, i.e. Simon Kinberg, have kindly fucked off. And that's what needs to happen here. The producers, the people writing it, the director, so on and so forth, they need to sit down and craft a tale that really tells Remy LeBeau's story in a way that is better than Taylor Kish from the 2009 Wolverine movie, which I don't think he was horrible in that part, but still, it wasn't GAMBIT that we wanted. And we're hoping to get it at some point in time with this movie, if it ever comes to fruition. But you can already see, as I previously reported with the Joker origin story, that these movie studios, they are looking to do standalone R-rated movies that maybe tie into a larger overall universe, but don't directly associate with it, which is funny because so many of them have spent so much time trying to tie it all together into one universe that now they're looking for ways to expand outward without it impacting the greater narrative. And that's something I find to be funny. What I really think they should do at this point is just basically kind of look to Marvel. How is Marvel doing it with Captain Marvel? How are they going to be able to tell a story like that set in the 1990s as more of a prequel to the events of Iron Man? You know, things along those natures, how they've been able to kind of really make it separate, but also part of something greater. And these are things that the producers of GAMBIT are going to have to look at, because both Logan and Deadpool were immense successes for 20th Century Fox. And I really want them to have a third one. I want them to, you know, third time's a charm for just excellent telling of movies. But I also don't want them to kind of fall into the trap that the X-Men movie fell into with X-Men Apocalypse, where it was trying too hard. It didn't have a right script. They didn't have a good backstory on Apocalypse, too many characters. And yes, while this is a standalone movie and the likelihood of that happening is not very high, those kind of mistakes can still be made. And let's not forget Fantastic Four, or well, Fan4stick. we shouldn't forget those, and neither should you. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that the movie is going to be good? Do you think it's going to be crap? Do you think being R-rated is the way to go? Do you think Channing Tatum is still the actor to play the character? If not, who would you cast in there? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been 3 Buck Theater. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and check back often for more movie news and commentary from me. Have yourself a great one, guys, and peace out.